This was the scene just 7 months ago. Thousands gathering in downtown Tallahassee to show their support for Amendment 4, the amendment looking to automatically restore voting rights to felons. And that amendment passing on election night with an overwhelming majority.
Potentially changing the political landscape here in the Sunshine State. Our Alicia Turner shows how it's also changing lives.
November 6th. Millions across the Sunshine State headed to the polls to cast their ballot.
It's important to have your voice heard. This will be my second time voting here in the primary.
I think it's sacred.
Many seeing this act as a part of their civic duty, but for millions of others, the possibility of entering a polling place was just a dream.
The last time I was able to vote was in 1984. So it's been 34 years. I know that for a fact.
Warren Cave is a felon. In the early 90s, he served time for a drug conviction. He's stayed out of trouble ever since.
I should be able to vote. I've done my time, done my probation, paid my fine. Why can't I vote?
A second chance millions of Floridians are seeking. Warren says the biggest impact, not setting the example for his young son.
With me being an African-American, a businessman, he see me feed the homeless. He see me help with people with jails. He see me preach in prisons. He see me doing things in church and in the community. He helps me in the community with a lot, but his dad can't vote.
Now, that's changed.
We have the results from some of the biggest races in our area. Amendment 4, the effort to restore voting rights for felons who have completed their sentence, passed.
This is a very important building block for people who have turned their lives around.
Before Amendment 4, felons would have to go through a lengthy process for a restoration of rights. Now it's a matter of simply checking a box.
They fill out the whole application, which is Form 39 for the Division of Elections, then take it to their local supervisor of elections, or the ones that would process the form.
We already have that form in hand.
Greg James fought for the amendment. He's a pastor. He's also a felon, convicted back in 1996 on drug charges. He's now spreading the word to others, helping them find the form so they can vote in the 2020 election. Not all that far off toward the future.
And even though we could not cast a ballot at the box, our voices were heard throughout the state of Florida.
I can come to the table and be served as well. You know, I came as a butler all the time. I'm picking up crumbs. I'm doing things to try to make myself be a part of. I get to sit at the table now.
A voice Warren says he's looking forward to using.
When Xbox, PlayStation 4, they come out with new games, people camp out in front of the stores for the store to open. I'm camping out to get ready to vote.
Camping out to speak up at the polls.
Although Amendment 4 has passed, it won't go into effect until January the 8th, and the first election that felons will actually be able to vote in will be the presidential race in 2020. And something tells me we're going to see that gentleman in line ready to speak.
You just see there how much the right to vote means to people.